quiet now. Okay, everybody quiet off set. Quiet in the saloon.
Take one.
Atomic Monsoon.
Welcome to the Monsoon.
Holy cow, it's Atomic Monsoon!
Oh my gosh!
Hey, Stephanie, how's it going?
Hi, Andy. It's going good.
Good.
Happy Friday.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We are recording on February 14th, 2020.
Happy birthday, Arizona.
Oh, yeah, it is Arizona's birthday.
It is Arizona's
It's
birthday.
been a state for,
100 and some odd years.
yeah, some odd years.
Yes.
Yeah, that's certainly true in this state.
Yes.
Josh couldn't be here with us. He's got, we'll go with Valentine's plans.
Yes.
And so he's not here today. But also I wanted to specify what day we're recording this so that if you're listening to it in the far-flung future of, like, I don't know, next year, you won't be like, man, they talked about that thing and it sounds stupid. It turned out to be stupid.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It sounds cool now. Also, before I get into what we're talking about, that maybe turns out to be stupid but sounds cool now, thanks to our friends at Def M Records for providing our intro music.
Hey, they're always cool, though.
Yes, that's true. You should always go to defmrecords.com, DEAFMRECORDS.com, and find some new rock and roll music that you like.
Do it.
Yeah.
Definitely do it.
The band The Saturn III usually releases albums in March because they get that third month thing going on.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, yeah, you might be able to find some new tunes coming
Next
up pretty
month.
soon here in the future. Or if you're in the future when you're listening to this, just go right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Makes it easy for everyone, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Steph,
yes.
remember last year when we talked about a bunch of movies that were coming out in 2019 that we thought could be fun?
Yeah, and then they all came out, and we're like, oh, wow, the year's over.
Yeah, and then we didn't talk about any of them on the air.
Nope.
We're going to do that again.
Yay! Can I say something real quick?
You may.
It's not really movie related, but it's just something that I'm super happy about, and it is a big pop culture thing.
Okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl champions.
Oh, yes.
For the first time in 50 years. I'm very happy about that, okay? I just want the world to know.
You know, it's funny. I was watching the Super Bowl with some friends that actually care about football, and they were big 49ers fans.
Oh.
And I was sort of sitting there conflicted, like, well, these friends want the 49ers to win, so I don't want to be the jerk that's rooting against the team that the people in the living room want to win.
Yes.
And I was like, but then I'm going to have to talk to Stephanie, and she's going to want the Chiefs to win. So I'm just going to say I don't care and sit over here and act like I don't give a crap.
Yep.
And then I did, and it was great.
And there
and
you
then
go.
I was excited when the Chiefs won, and everyone else was sad, and I really didn't care.
There you
So,
go.
Yeah.
So I just want everyone to know that, because I'm very happy. And we don't talk sports on this show, but that's a big deal, and I'm very happy. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now let's talk movies.
Oh, hey. Yeah. So we're going to talk about theatrically released movies.
Yes.
Right. So, for example, I'm excited that Shaun the Sheep Farmageddon is coming to Netflix later this year.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Shaun the Sheep, for anyone that isn't aware, is basically a series about a sheep that lives on a farm.
His name's Sean.
Named Shaun, and it's by the Wallace and Gromit guys.
Yes.
So if you like Wallace and Gromit, maybe you would like Shaun the Sheep. You
It
should
is
check
actually a
out.
fairly cute show.
It is. It's pretty adorable. It's fun for the whole family.
It is.
From 8 to 80. Actually, probably 3 to 30. Or
Yeah.
3 to 83. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere in
From
there.
when you're born until you're dead.
Yeah.
There's a chance you might like it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go enjoy this this fun Shaun the Sheep Farm again. But we're not talking about Netflix.
No.
Or Hulu.
Oh,
or
no.
Disney Plus.
Nope.
Or Terror. I don't know. What's the horror one? Scream? I don't know.
I didn't even know there was a horror streaming service.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I forget what it's called, but it's one of those names that as soon as we get off the air, I'm like, oh yeah, it was called that. And
Yeah, well, it always happens.
maybe one of the engineers will edit in what it's called right here.
6 hours later.
And maybe they won't. I'll find out when the rest of you guys do. Yeah, so theatrically... blah, 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 blah.
That's all, folks.
Speaking of edits. Theatrically released movies coming out in 2020.
Yes.
Starting with last week.
Starting with last week, yeah. So, Birds of Prey, hold on. Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Yes.
It's a very long title for
Yeah.
1 hour and 49-minute movie.
The title's almost as long as the movie.
It is, almost.
Yeah.
So,
and almost has as many words as they spent millions of dollars in the production budget. It's a pretty inexpensively made movie.
Yeah, it is.
So. Yeah. I could take or leave this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to go see it.
Oh, you did?
I did. I went to go see it already. I have my so I went in to go see it for a couple of reasons. One, because Jared Leto was not coming back as the Joker.
Yeah, that's enjoyable.
Yes.
Yeah.
The second reason was because I kind of missed out on Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, all right, I'll give this one a chance. I kind of want to see this version of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's version.
Yeah, okay.
The other reason is because Ewan McGregor, and I'm a huge Ewan McGregor fan.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go see the movie because he's in it. And then I walked out of it really enjoying it. I actually really enjoyed the movie.
Okay, good.
There's a moment with Black Canary that I kind of squealed at, but that's just because I enjoy the character of Black Canary. So.
Sure. Yeah.
But it was cool. It had a lot of great action. It was really funny. And I agree with one of my friends said about it, saying that it's like DC's version of like a Deadpool movie.
Okay. All right.
Just minus, Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and it was rated R, right?
Yes, it definitely was. There were so many F-bombs that were dropped.
Okay.
If it was not rated R, we'd have problems.
Okay. All right, yeah. I might go see it. I might wait till second run theater. Sort of depends on my wallet constraints. My glasses broke over the weekend. I had to buy new ones, and it was unexpectedly expensive. So yeah. So I'm running a little tight right now.
All right,
but it's fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm going to get to see. So
yeah, there you go.
That's the important part. Mm-hmm. And then I can watch these movies because I'll be able to see.
Exactly.
And my prescription changed. I'll be able to see them better. And now I'm rambling. So we're going to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog, which comes out today.
Yeah. So Sonic the Hedgehog. So this was supposed to come out last year, wasn't it?
This was scheduled to come out in time for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was.
And then they showed the trailer.
And the world blew up.
And the world was like, what the boing is that?
It was,
because that wasn't Sonic. Whatever it looked, I will say. So one of my roommates has a pet hedgehog.
Okay.
Her name is Pear.
That's adorable.
And she is rotten.
Okay.
It turns out hedgehogs are not friendly animals.
I've heard that.
Yeah, they are nocturnal and antisocial.
Okay.
And they're pretty adorable, but they're not very friendly.
No.
Which explains why Sonic has an attitude.
Yeah.
This was a thing I never understood growing up in the early 90s, right? Sonic the Hedgehog came out in 91. I was like, yeah, but if Sonic is supposed to be the mascot, why does he have a bad attitude?
Yeah.
It turns out it's because hedgehogs have bad attitudes.
There you go.
Hedgehogs are jerks.
There you go. I
was going to use a more offensive word, and then I remembered we're a family-friendly show.
So jerks.
Yeah. But that all being said, I was there for the beginning of Sonic the Hedgehog. Mm-hmm. I still enjoy many of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Mm-hmm. Not all of them.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot of the Sonic the Hedgehog Archie comics.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the IDW comic book run. Like, I like Sonic, right? I wouldn't describe myself as a blue, which are the hardcore Sonic fans.
Ah, okay.
Right? They're the bronies of Sonic fans.
Yeah, okay.
Right? In the good way. But yeah, I'm a casual Sonic fan. I like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's cool.
I have no problem with James Marsden,
no.
Even if I can't pronounce his name.
Nope.
Sonic could be a fun movie.
Yeah.
Right? That's all people I enjoy in that movie. They redesigned Sonic so he looks like Sonic.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah, okay. Again, my glasses ended up being very expensive, so we'll see how my budget is this weekend.
There you go.
But I might, it might not be an opening weekend thing for me. I might have to wait till next paycheck. But Sonic, I'm on board.
Yeah, no, so I think when we talked about this last year and we said that there was gonna be a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Because when you hear a video game is going to be made into a movie, everyone kind of gets a little skeptical about it.
Well, because most of them have been terrible.
Well, yeah. But when that trailer dropped, I was like, okay, that's an interesting looking Sonic. Sure, whatever. But the movie looks interesting because, you got Jim Carrey and, James and everyone like that. But then when everyone was like, oh my God, what is this Sonic? And this is hideous. And, and people going on their rants and rambles. And then the studio listened. And then they went back and they fixed it. And then they put it in the theater. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to give the theater credit there, and the production company credit there, and I'm going to go watch this movie.
Yeah.
For that being one of the reasons, the other being because of the actors in it.
Yeah. So I don't think that this is a very narrow, razor's edged balance, right? Like, on one hand, it's great that the studio listened to the fans and they're like, hey, can we go back and re-edit some of this movie and make Sonic look more like Sonic?
Yes.
Yes, cool. Let's do anywhere where we have to do that, let's do that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, this may set a dangerous precedent because it may mean that the fans are going to see a trailer, write the bad version of the movie in their head, and start saying, you have to fix this and this and this and this. And sometimes it's just not feasible.
Yeah,
right?
no. I think them going and changing the graphics on Sonic
Right.
was, I think, a smart move.
Right. But for example, let's say the Birds of Prey trailer, when that came out, right? Everyone was like, hey, why isn't Black Canary blonde? Right?
Oh,
now we can't go back and reshoot every scene that she's in with a blonde wig because, like, that actress, and I unfortunately I forget her name.
Same.
Yeah, but like I don't know what she's up to. She could be filming another movie, right? She could be training to film another, like losing or gaining weight or something, or muscle mass. Like, she could look completely different, and we're not in a place where she. And I don't know that is the case necessarily, right?
Yeah.
But as a hypothetical, right? Actors aren't always available to reshoot scenes in a movie after the trailer drops, because after the trailer drops, usually principal photography is basically done. Yeah. So
and from what they were saying, from what they were saying in the movie, it sounds like her Black Canary and her mom had like the same power.
Okay.
With the supersonic, you know. But I mean, to be fair, at first I heard that Black Canary was in it. I didn't quite figure out who she was yet. Right. And then when they said, and this is their singer, you know, and everything, I was like, that's Black Canary.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of enjoyed the change in the decision they made.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, I was more just waiting for, you know, her to use her superpower. And when she did, I was like, yes!
Right. But I definitely saw some people online that were like, you know, Black Canary has historically always been a white blonde lady. Yeah. Why is this woman not white or blonde? Right? Which, whatever, it's fine. Get the best actress for the part. It doesn't matter.
Exactly,
You know, some dude created her in comics 40 years ago, 50, 60 years ago. Like, it doesn't, whatever. But like, we can't expect Sonic to get remade every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, so I think that, I believe it's Paramount, like, I think they should be rewarded for what was a huge mistake.
Yes.
Right? Because if you're going to license a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, make it Sonic. Make it recognizably Sonic.
Yes.
Right? But on the other hand, like, we can't expect this every time.
Yeah, no. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely does make sense. But, yeah. Gonna go see it, though.
So, moving forward, Onward.
Yes, Onward. This is the next Disney and Pixar movie that's coming out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is this the one about the two elf brothers or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it's like, you know, like the fantasy realm that we kind of play in the D&D world type thing. But it's now set, it's like, that was the medieval times. Now this is modern day. Right. And magic doesn't exist anymore. And apparently unicorns are like raccoons or something.
Okay.
That's what the trailer is showing me.
Yeah. So this is the one where like they're looking for their dad or whatever that they never got to know.
So based off what it sounds like the eldest brother being played by Chris Pratt.
Okay.
He like met and knew his dad.
Okay.
The younger brother played by Tom Holland. It sounds like the dad died shortly after he was born.
Okay.
And it sounds like they find that, like, on his 16th birthday, because, you know, that's always a magical number in Disney.
Yeah.
They get, like, a staff, and they try to bring him back with it, and they only bring back his lower half.
Okay.
And then they have to race against time to bring back the rest of him.
Okay.
So that's kind of what the movie is kind of showing, and that's not a spoiler for anybody, because if you watch the trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the premise of we're going on an adventure to find our dad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it looks fun.
Okay. Yeah. It sounds like it could be good.
Yeah.
I still got some dad things with losing mine recently, so I'm probably gonna skip this one.
Okay.
For personal reasons, not because I think it's a bad idea for a movie.
That's completely valid and understandable.
Yeah.
So.
So March 13th, the following weekend, Bloodshot.
Ooh.
So Bloodshot is it's a Valiant Comics character. This is the first movie we're getting from Valiant Comics.
Ooh, okay.
Valiant was a publisher that was kind of a big deal in the early 90s, and then the comic industry crashed, and they lost all their money, and they got bought by Acclaim Comics, and they went out of business. Like, there was a whole bunch of back and forth, and then the rights to all the characters got dispersed amongst different companies.
Oh.
And over the last, basically throughout the 2000s and the early 2010s, Valiant Comics, like a new company called Valiant Comics with some of the original people,
Yeah.
got back together and got all the rights.
Okay.
Assuming I understand the story correctly.
Okay.
And in 2012, I want to say, they relaunched the universe.
Oh.
With so the old continuity didn't happen because they couldn't get some of the characters back, which it turns out they were licensed by another company, blah, blah, blah. So they just started over.
Okay.
And so Bloodshot is a character that, if I can use the Hollywood elevator pitch, if it's this mixed with this, it's Captain America mixed with Wolverine mixed with the Punisher. So
Okay.
right, so super soldier baked in a lab with false memories implanted,
Okay.
but goes around and kills things with guns.
Alrighty then.
Right? So not exactly my favorite thing,
Yeah.
right? But it
Yeah.
should make an exciting action movie.
Yeah.
And I want to support Valiant Comics movies because we get 3 Marvel movies a year. We're getting a couple of DC things,
Yeah.
Are there too many comic book movies? I don't know. Maybe. If you think 10 movies in a year, like a movie a month or whatever, is too many, I guess maybe there's too many. You could just not see them all.
There's that.
But let's. Valiant has some really cool properties, and I would like to see, for example, Exo Manowar, which is basically Conan the Barbarian mixed with Iron Man mixed with Halo. I want to see that movie.
Whoa. Okay.
right?
That's a mix.
Yeah, I want to see that movie, but that movie's going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
So let's support the cheaper ones to get to the big ones.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, I Bloodshot seems like it should be fun, and Vin Diesel's playing Bloodshot.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
So-
All right. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I'm sold there.
Yeah.
So.
So hopefully that'll be good, and it's not from Disney.
And it's not from Disney, and it's not from DC. It is its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So that's cool.
yeah, I hope it's fun.
All right. Well, so March 27th, we are getting the live-action Mulan.
Yeah, that's a thing that's happening.
That is a thing that's happening. And out of all of the live-action ones that I have seen or that have come out this far,
Yeah.
they have all been somewhat kind of adaptations of the animated movie
Yes.
that we have gotten so far.
I've seen 2. I saw most of Beauty and the Beast, and I saw Aladdin.
Okay.
I mostly don't feel like if Disney remaking their own movies is kind of weird. But there's people that aren't going to watch cartoons, so okay, whatever. They need to grow an imagination, but until then, sure, fine, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mulan's not like so. And Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin were both basically just remakes of like straight remakes.
Yeah, there were subtle changes that were made.
Sure, right, and with different
cultural
actors
changes
and
that were made.
right. Yeah, it's not the early 90s anymore.
Yeah.
It's the early 20s. That's weird.
That's still that is a weird term to say. Wow. Okay.
But still, like, okay, like, so tell me about Mulan, Stephanie.
So obviously it's following the same story that we got back in the 90s. The same
Right,
Mulan
where
story.
Mulan goes and joins the Chinese army to fight
To go fight the Huns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like it's the same thing, except we're not getting any songs. Like we might get like a celebrity pop star version of Reflection. And
Okay.
like the music like that will play in like the end credits,
but it's not going to be like a Disney musical.
It's
like
not a
most of them
musical.
are. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's no singing. At least I don't think there's going to be any singing. And like all of the action sequences be prepared. People are probably going to get their heads decapitated, and people are probably going to, there's going to be swords flying everywhere, and it looks like it's following very much a Chinese martial art sword fighting movie.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that.
Okay.
I'm really excited to see that.
So like we're not getting Mushu, right? The little dragon that Eddie Murphy played.
Nope, we're not getting Mushu, so we're not going to get Dishonored or our cow.
Right.
We're not getting. I think we're getting Shang, but I don't. But there's definitely not going to be the love interest storyline there.
Okay.
At least I don't think
and
there
probably
is.
not played by Donny Osmond.
No, definitely not. And I think instead of being Sean. Okay, it's been a while since I've watched Mulan. Shan Yu, the leader of the Hun army, it looks like he might still be there, but he's got like a league of assassins with him, and one of them is female.
Okay.
Which is really cool because they didn't have that in the original movie. So.
Okay. Yeah. As you could probably tell from earlier this conversation, I'm not super hyped about Disney remaking their own movies.
Yes.
I'm going to wait and see what the general consensus of the
Yeah.
new Mulan is.
Yeah.
Also, the original Mulan is not my favorite movie.
That's fair.
I also understand I was not the target audience for it when it came out. So, like...
Pointing at myself here.
Yeah, you absolutely were the target audience.
Oh, yeah.
I was very much not.
Yeah.
So, whatever. It's fine,
Yeah.
right? Like, we don't all have to like the
same
same
things.
things and have
Yeah.
all the same opinions.
Yeah.
So,
No.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So then we get into April.
Yeah, so April 3rd, we're finally getting New Mutants.
Finally.
Speaking of movies that were supposed to come out a year or 2 or 3 ago.
Was it really supposed to be 2017 when we were supposed to get this?
I think it was filmed in 2017.
Okay, so 18 then.
Yeah, so maybe 2018.
Wow.
And then there were production delays and it kept getting pushed back and back and back and back. And yeah, New Mutants has had issues. And the Fox, so New Mutants is a spin-off of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Right? So it is the next class at Professor Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, hence New Mutants.
That
right?
makes sense.
And because of that, it was under the Fox license, the Fox-owned license for X-Men.
Yeah.
Right? So this is produced by 21st Century Fox.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was supposed to come out before Dark Phoenix.
And it didn't.
And it did not. And then Dark Phoenix got pushed back. It was supposed to come out, I think, like right after Deadpool 2. Like,
oh, geez.
yeah, like this was supposed to come out a while ago. And
oh, that's right, because it was supposed to come out after Solo.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This movie was supposed to come out like a while, like, and it was like people weren't sure, like. So the New Mutants, it's a bunch of teenagers, and the story, one of the big New Mutant stories was the Demon Bear Saga.
Yeah.
Where there is a bear.
Yeah.
That is a ethereal demon.
That makes sense.
Or there's a demon that looks like an ethereal bear.
Okay.
Really. And so it's going to be it's a horror story.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like the most notable New Mutant story that doesn't involve Cable. So
Okay.
yeah. So like it's a good one to make a movie out of, right?
Yeah.
Like the team gets together and do the Demon Bear Saga, and if you're only going to do one New Mutants movie, perfect. That's the one to do.
Yeah.
And just for whatever reason, it just was in production hell forever.
Oh.
And the Fox Disney merger certainly didn't help. That pushed
No.
things back. And there were reshoots after redoing effects, after blah, blah, blah. And now, supposedly, the line that has been coming out from the director and the actors is, this is the original version of the movie.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that means this is the original vision for the movie. Like, this is what the script and
supposed to be?
Right. Like, this is what the script was supposed to be, and the director said, this is what I wanted.
Okay.
And they've, like, gone back and pulled out all of studio interference. Or if they couldn't make their original vision, right, their original version because of Fox budget limitations, and now Disney's doing it, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know what that means, my original version.
Yeah.
But, like, supposedly this is a version that the cast and crew wanted to happen.
Okay.
So that's good,
Yeah.
right? That this is the line coming out of everyone before the movie comes out is, hey, this is the one we want you to see.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That means we don't have to worry about some weird, like, extra cut happening later, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm excited to see some of these characters in action. The kid that plays Jonathan in Stranger Things is playing Sam Guthrie Cannonball in this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones is playing
Fantastic.
Rain Sinclair or Wolfsbane.
You already get my attention.
yeah, and those are the two big ones that I recognize, and I'm not the best at actors.
Okay.
And then the gal that's playing Ilyana Rasputin, she's gonna be in a couple of other things coming out this year, and I can't think of her name or what they are, but like she's a starlet on the rise.
Okay. Okay.
And the second I saw her in the trailer, I was like, that's Ilyana.
Yeah.
Like I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
They did a good job casting her because she looks like she's supposed to look.
Okay, cool.
So
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that same month, we get the next 007 movie. No Time to Die.
Yeah. It's James Bond.
It's James Bond, you know?
I
don't got a whole lot to say about James Bond.
Yeah. If you like Bond movies, you're probably going to like this one.
Yeah.
If you like the Daniel Craig, is this the last Daniel Craig Bond movie? Do we know?
I think so. Don't quote me on that, but I think so.
Is this his 5th one or 6th?
I stopped counting after Skyfall.
I think that was the 2nd.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I said I stopped counting after Skyfall.
Okay.
Because I saw Skyfall and then I didn't see any of the others.
There's Casino Royale, right?
Yes.
And then Skyfall. And
Yep.
Quantum of Solace was one of them.
Yep. Then there was like another one that happened
there's
in there.
another one, and then this one.
Yeah,
So,
so-
this is 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my only curiosity is what's going to be the big song that's titled after the movie that's going to,
Oh, Billie Eilish is doing it, and it just got dropped today.
there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can go on the YouTubes and you can look up Billie Eilish Bond song.
Yes.
And there it is.
Just make sure you type in Eilish and not Irish, otherwise you'll get Jacksepticeye's parody of her.
And not eyelash, because
No.
she's not a little hair on your eyebrows.
No,
Yeah.
definitely. So,
Yeah, I despite maybe being the target audience for it for a lot of my life, I have not seen most of the James Bond movies.
Mm-hmm.
I have enjoyed the three. I think I've seen 3 of the Daniel Craig ones. So
Okay.
I've enjoyed them.
all right.
I should probably see the other one and this one, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I saw Skyfall. I enjoyed Skyfall.
Yeah.
Haven't seen much else of the other Bond movies. And I know that my senior prom in high school was Skyfall, and they never played this song by Adele.
Okay.
But I, without realizing it, I made myself look like a Bond girl for prom, so it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was
Excellent.
cool. So,
Speaking of Bond girls, and nope,
no, she's not a Bond girl.
No. Speaking of espionage agents.
There we go.
Yeah. If we jump ahead to May 1st, May Day,
Yay.
we're getting the Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah.
I am so excited for this movie.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. So
Who should go first here?
I am not interested in the Black Widow as a character. This has nothing to do with Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
Okay.
They have made me more interested in Black Widow than the 15 years of me reading comics before they came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stephanie, tell me why you're excited for this movie.
I'm excited for this movie. One, because this is the second female-led Marvel movie.
That is a valid point.
2, because Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow has been amazing, and she kicks some serious butt in all
Okay.
of the other movies.
All right. Did you know she's been playing this role for 10 years now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Iron Man 2 came out in 2010.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
The third reason is because I am curious on where in the timeline this all takes place. Because as we know,
Oh, yeah, because she did.
Yeah, because she's dead for all we know.
Spoiler for Endgame, which came out last year, which you saw because it made $17 bajillion.
Yes, exactly. And the final reason is because the actor who plays Hopper in Stranger Things is playing her dad.
Is it established that Red Guardian is her dad in this?
Or
Or are we just basing out of that family line?
I'm just basing it off of the trailer.
Okay.
And just based off the fact that he is definitely older than Scarlett Johansson.
That's fair. I'm excited.
so-
I'm excited we live in a world where the Red Guardian is going to be in a movie. Mm-hmm. The Taskmaster is one of my favorite characters, and he is the big bad for this movie. So that's exciting. But yeah, Black Widow herself as a character doesn't interest me very much. So maybe this movie will prove me wrong. And we can go forward from there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, the next one, okay, so this is strictly, like, the next 3 are strictly just honorable mentions that I want to do.
Okay.
Because the fact that they're even happening is blowing my mind right now.
Okay.
We're getting a third Legally Blonde movie.
It's been like 20 years since the last one, or like 15 years since the last one.
Yeah,
Right?
it's been a really long time
Yeah.
since the last one, and everyone,
Okay.
yeah, so we're getting a third one of those.
Okay.
So, okay, cool. On May 15th, we're getting Scoob.
Like Man Scoob.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Zoinks. Yeah, no, we're actually getting the first animated theatrical Scooby-Doo movie, I think, since the 90s.
Did any of those actually come out in theaters? I thought they were all straight to video.
Were they all straight to video? I mean, part of me, I think, feels like some of the really good ones from the 90s went to theaters, but I could also be wrong.
I don't know.
I don't know. But, I mean, the last Scooby-Doo movie we ever got in theaters was the live-action one,
Right.
which was Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters, Mystery Incorporated.
Right. Yeah.
So, or
I
Monsters.
have
or
mixed
I can't remember
feelings
what
on
it is.
Scooby-Doo, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like I enjoyed A Pup Named Scooby-Doo a lot.
I enjoy that too.
Every other Scooby-Doo episode is basically the same episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Other than the new Scooby-Doo movies with the guest stars, I can take them or leave them.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm excited because I grew up watching Scooby-Doo as a kid, and my mom's a big Scooby-Doo fan, and I know with some of the more recent Scooby-Doo adaptations or TV series that have come out, I have been kind of just meh with them.
Okay.
This one, I am like, okay, you've got my attention, Warner Brothers, you've got my attention.
Okay.
So, now taking it to another studio. So I have a story with this one before I say the name of the movie. So a couple weeks ago, I finally got my husband Connor to sit down and listen to the Marvel episode that we had talking about all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies.
Okay.
And at one point, I had made a joke or a comment regarding SpongeBob SquarePants 3.
Okay.
The third SpongeBob movie. I am now sitting here going, damn it. We're getting a third SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It's called Sponge on the Run. Apparently, Gary the Snail runs away, and Keanu Reeves is in it. And it's all, like, 3D animated.
Okay.
There you go.
I did not grow up with SpongeBob SquarePants. I was too old for it when it started. So, many people have tried to get me into SpongeBob. I have watched probably a dozen episodes of that show, and I still
That's fine.
Something's lost on me.
That's fine. I mean, I definitely grew up on SpongeBob, and the first SpongeBob movie that came out was the one that was actually my brother's first theatrical film. Oh,
now I feel ancient because I was definitely an adult when that came out.
Yep, and and I've seen the other two.
Okay,
I like the first one, I really do, and the second one is weird.
Is the second one where they're all like superheroes?
Yeah, and they're weirdly in like the real world, but like still 2D animated.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Or 3D animated, I don't know, it's weird. And now I with this one, so.
Okay.
But we end the month of May.
Yes.
With.
The very merry month of May.
Yes. With Artemis Fowl.
So tell me about Artemis. Tell me about that.
So personally myself, I have not read the books in a very long time.
So it's based on a book series.
It is based on a very popular book series from like the early 2000s.
Okay.
I can't give you the best description of what it's going to be about.
Okay.
Or anything like that. But for any of you that are listening and you are Artemis Fowl fans, be excited because look, you're getting a movie.
Fair enough.
So, and now to June.
June 5th. Wonder Woman, 1984. You're dancing in your chair.
Yes, I am, because I'm pulling out my my Wonder Woman cosplay, and I'm going to spray it with a nice shiny coat so it glistens like hers, and I'm going to the movie like that.
Fantastic. Listen, it's Wonder Woman. I'm gonna go see it. Again, are there too many comic book movies? I don't know. We've already listed four. This is the fourth one.
Yep.
And we're only up to June.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe.
But
also look at all the movies that aren't comic book movies. Also, like Wonder Woman was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So also I like 80s nostalgia stuff because I grew up in the 80s. So
there you go.
Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah, this ticks a couple of my boxes. I'm gonna go check it out.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I really enjoyed the first Wonder Woman movie. I thought it was fantastic and great. And I think Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman has been fantastic. So I want to go see more film, and I want to go see more of her as Wonder Woman.
Also, the Super Bowl commercial. I'm sorry, the big game commercial.
Yes.
That had her in it.
Yes.
Where the Tide dude was running through.
Yep.
That's totally the mall from Stranger Things.
Yep. Yeah. It is totally the mall from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that mall's been reused in so many.
I probably sit because of Stranger Things. Yeah. So we're gonna jump ahead to the end of June, but there's two things coming out on June 26th.
There is. So the first one is this is a big one for anyone who saw the movie in the 80s, but Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. Top Gun's okay.
I'm listing it because I know we probably have a lot of listeners who like Top Gun.
Sure.
And have the need for speed.
Yeah. I will say this. I do own Top Gun on Laserdisc.
Okay.
I think I've watched it once since I got it. So
it
was a gift.
So, okay.
No, I mean I've seen Top Gun a few times, but like I got it as a gift on Laserdisc, and I was like, okay, Top Gun's fine. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
I
like planes that turn into giant robots better than just planes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it a couple times. I've enjoyed it. My dad's a big fan, and I'm married to a pilot.
That's fair.
Who literally the first time I met him was wearing a leather bomber jacket and aviators.
Okay.
I'm going to go see this movie.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
But I'm also going to go see the next one, too, because it is based off of the Tony Award-winning Broadway musical, In the Heights.
Oh, yeah, that comes out the same day.
Same day.
June 26th.
Yep, it's, I can't tell you what it's about because I haven't seen it on Broadway, but I know it's written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, that's the Hamilton guy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it
All
is.
right. It should be pretty good then.
It should be pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
July 10th, just ahead of my birthday. We're getting Ghostbusters Afterlife.
I'm actually excited to see this Ghostbusters movie. Like, let's say I wasn't for the women version.
Okay.
But this one in particular has really caught my attention, and maybe it's because we have the kid from Stranger Things in it too.
Could be.
Or
man, Stranger Things is really influential.
It really is.
Yeah.
Or just because we're getting like an actual sequel to the original 2 Ghostbusters movies.
Yeah. You know what, I'm just going to say, if you want to hear my thoughts about Ghostbusters, you can go back and listen to our episode, Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good.
Yep.
We did a whole hour where Stephanie and Josh and I talked about Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And just go listen to that.
It was good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So July 17th.
We're getting Bob's Burgers, the movie?
I guess. You put this on the list, so.
I put this on the list because I'm sitting over here like, okay, we got the Simpsons movie in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
And we got a South Park movie, I think.
Yeah, it was like after season 3.
Yeah, but it didn't go to the theaters. It was like it did?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, then I did not know that.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, granted, you were like 2, so.
That's why I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
And we have yet to receive a movie for Family Guy, but we're getting one for Bob's Burgers.
I guess. Yeah.
So, way to go, Bob's Burgers. You got a movie.
Yeah. No, here's the thing. Like, Bob's Burgers is weird because my dad's name is Bob, my mom's name is Linda.
Oh my God.
That show is just too
accurate.
And my dad was a fry cook for a little while.
Oh
so
my
like
God.
that show is just a little too close to home for me.
Okay.
Weirdly,
enough.
my brother loves it and doesn't bother him at all. I don't know. It's a little too like this is just weird.
Okay.
So
that's fair.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It's a good show. Yeah.
But like it's just a little too weird for me.
Yeah.
And
no.
it's again, this is my problem. Like the producers could not have known that some random dude in Phoenix was going to have parents with the same name as the lead characters.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like yeah.
There you go.
So jump forward July 24th. We're gonna run out of time.
We're moving pretty quick though.
Yeah, July 24th.
Jungle Cruise.
Based on the Disney ride?
Exactly.
Okay.
Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt.
Oh, damn it. I didn't want to see this, and then you said The Rock was in it.
Well, I'm going to go see it because it's based on a Disney ride. And I love that Disney ride. And I'm expecting a lot of unnatural puns. Because that ride has a lot of puns.
So August 7th.
Yes, August 7th.
Coming to America.
Which is technically the second Coming to America movie.
Right, it's coming to the number 2 America. Yeah.
It's not a reboot, it's a sequel.
Right. So it's Akeem's son.
Yeah.
Now wants to go find his bride?
I guess so.
Something like it. I mean, it looks like it's a sequel remake, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's not a remake because it's a continuation, but basically it's Coming to America for this generation.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
which is cool.
Yeah, I'll go see it.
I enjoy Coming to America. Some of the humor in it doesn't quite age very well, but it's still fine. Yeah.
So
yeah.
August 21st, Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Okay, listen. I have been hearing about a Bill and Ted sequel since Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey came out in like 1991. Okay? People have been talking about the third Bill and Ted movie for 30 friggin' years.
That's a weird statement to say.
Yeah. Because they weren't 30 when they made the movie.
No, and they're definitely not 30 now.
No, but I mean, they weren't 30 yet when they made the first 2 movies.
Yeah, I know. But they're not 30 now.
Right. So, like, I'm very excited for this movie. I really want it to be good. Mm-hmm. I know there's people that don't like Bogus Journey, and they're wrong. Mm-hmm. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is a treasure. The first movie is a delight. And let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And I think with all the Keanu Reeves hypes from John Wick, I think it's going to get a lot of people to go see it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I also one day I woke up and I thought, it'd be a really good idea for a Bill and Ted third movie. What a good title would be is Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return. Literally that day I went to work at the comic store and I opened up Previews magazine and it said Bill and Ted comic coming out called Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return.
Someone had you mic'd.
It was just one of those things where like, okay, I had this idea, and obviously someone at, I think it was Boom Studios, had that same idea a couple months earlier and made a comic about it. So yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, August 28th, we're getting a sequel to the, I think it's 2017, 2016 movie, The Hitman's Bodyguard, but it's called The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Okay.
So, I don't know, it's going to probably star Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson again, so it's probably going to be good.
Yeah.
And whoever his wife is going to be good too.
Probably.
So.
Yeah. I didn't see that one, so I have nothing to say about the sequel.
So I'm going to make a really quick tangent. It has nothing to do with any of the other movies that are coming out.
Okay.
But so obviously we've all seen Infinity War.
Right.
And we've all seen the first Incredibles movie.
Yeah.
So you know the scene in The Incredibles where he's like, honey, where's my super suit? And the helicopter crashes behind him?
Huh.
If you put that side by side with the scene from Infinity War when the helicopter crashes.
Huh. That's weird.
It's a weird parallel thing. I saw it on Facebook the other day and I was just like,
huh.
Like mine just blew up.
Huh.
All right, so September 4th, Monster Hunter?
So, yeah, Capcom has made a series of highly successful Monster Hunter video games.
Okay.
I have not played a single one of them.
Okay, neither have I.
I guess you run around and you kill monsters.
That sounds accurate.
That sounds like a thing. But because I haven't played the games, I have no opinion about this movie, except I saw Tony Jaa is going to be in this movie.
Who dat for the people who don't know?
Okay, so Tony Jaa was in a wonderful movie probably about 15 years ago called Ong Bak the Thai Warrior. And it is one of the best martial arts movies I've ever seen. Around that same time, I think it came out in Thailand first and America second, there was a movie called Tom Yum Goong, or when it came here, it was called The Protector, where he is going to rescue his kidnapped pet elephant. It has... Okay, there is a scene in Protector or Tom Yum Goong, where Tony Jaa goes up a staircase and beats the crap out of like 30 dudes, and it's one continuous shot.
That is beautiful.
It is incredible. It is maybe the coolest martial arts movie scene I've ever seen.
Fantastic.
Tony Jaa made a couple of other movies and then like disappeared. Like he just disappeared from cinema altogether.
Oh, okay.
So I am excited that Monster Hunter is happening and he's in it because maybe that means we're getting more Tony Jaa movies. And if he's been in others that I am not aware of after like the Ong Bak sequels, please let me know.
Yeah.
Hit our social media, Atomic Monsoon. Let me know because I love the two that I saw, the Ong Bak and the Protector, and they were great. So yeah. I want to support this guy making movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So September 15th, 18th. Wow, I'm going blind now. We are getting The Kingsman, which is the prequel to the Kingsmen movies.
Okay.
So
yeah, I haven't seen those. I know the comic. I'm aware of the comics. They're based on Mark Miller and I are sometimes friends. I mean, it's the guy that made Kick-Ass is Mark Miller. Sometimes I like his stuff, sometimes I don't. So I kind of passed on these.
I know I went to go see the first two movies. I thoroughly enjoyed them, and now anytime I listen to either Freebird or Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting or Partying or what
Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting.
Yeah.
By Elton John?
Yeah, by Elton John.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear either of those two songs now, all I can imagine is these really kick-ass fight scenes. No pun intended, I guess, with the comics, but like these really awesome fight scenes with it. And it's an overall great movie, and I'm excited to see this because I need to rewatch the trailer or the teaser or whatever, but I think it's like, I think it takes place like 20 or 30 or so years before.
Okay. So it's like a whole different cat. Like it's not the same lead character.
Yeah, no, it's the same lead characters.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
October 23rd, we're getting G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Origins. Yeah, you're shrugging because you did not grow up with G.I. Joe.
Nope.
I didn't grow up with SpongeBob, so...
There we go.
Yeah. The G.I. Joe live-action movies have been troubled, we'll say.
Okay.
They're not the best.
Okay.
Everyone seems to think the second one is better. I disagree. I think the first one is a better adaptation of the cartoon. Mm-hmm. I think the second one's a better adaptation of what everyone remembers the cartoon being.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. I am hesitant. There have been internet rumors about a bunch of like weird, like we're changing Snake Eyes' origin kind of things, which is troubling. But also the cartoons never went into his origin; just the comics did. So
shrug. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. That being said, Snake Eyes is a ninja in the army, so again, should make for a cool action movie.
It should. Yeah.
Right. Like. Yeah,
right.
And if this is the thing that we need to kick off to make it... I mean, listen, I watched the first Transformers movie and I skipped the next 4 because they looked like the first one was so bad I didn't see the other ones, and I love Transformers.
Yeah.
And then Bumblebee was really good.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? So the first 2 G.I. Joe movies were not the best. Maybe this one will be really good, and, like, we can move on from here, and, like...
Yeah.
I know they're working on more Transformers movies to come out in the next few years, more in the tone of Bumblebee.
Okay, cool.
Right? So I'm hoping, since this is another Hasbro property, still from Paramount Studios, like, maybe this is where we're going now.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then we go into November, and we get Marvel's The Eternals.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know anything about The Eternals.
Neither do I.
Yeah. I know there's some big names in this. I know Angelina Jolie has signed on for it.
I have heard that as well.
No, I looked up other names and I forgot to write them down.
Okay.
So
we'll talk more about it later, I guess.
I'm going into this one about as blind as I went into Guardians of the Galaxy. Which was pretty, like, I knew who Gamora was.
That's about it.
I knew who Ronan the Accuser was. That's actually more than I know about the Eternals.
Wow.
So
I know nothing.
I'm going into this blind. I hope it's good. Mm-hmm. I'm also very afraid this could be Marvel's first total bomb because it is completely unrecognizable characters.
Okay.
And it doesn't have a walking tree and a talking raccoon. So
and it's not done by Taika Waititi?
No. I don't think so. So we'll see. We'll see what it's the other Marvel movie coming this year, so I had to mention it.
Yeah. So
but later in November, like right in time for Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
I hope you're hungry. It's Godzilla versus Kong.
Just out of curiosity, isn't there a Godzilla versus Kong that is very old? Very old?
Yes.
Okay.
Like 1963 old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the correct year. Yeah, so Toho, who made Godzilla, like they made the first Godzilla movie, right? This is the original 1954 Gojira.
Yeah.
And then they made Gojira Raids again a couple years later, and then that was it. And they never planned to make another Godzilla movie. And then they thought, what if Godzilla fought King Kong? And so they made that movie, and it never got released in America. Except it did. Right, so like the original Godzilla Gojira, there is a Japanese version and an American version.
Yeah.
The Japanese version of Godzilla Gojira versus King Kong never got released in America until the Godzilla Criterion Collection on Blu-ray that came out just at the end of 2019.
Holy crap.
It's not actually listed as a thing in there. It's a special feature on the special features disc.
So go look there, guys.
So go look for that. But yeah, also, it's been... 50 plus years since
it's been way too long.
Yeah. And they did the Godzilla in 2014.
Yep.
They did Kong of Skull Island a couple years ago.
Yep.
Last year we got Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yep.
And here we are. Like, this has been all a build up to this
big movie.
So
it's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
Cool.
No pun intended.
So then we go into December after this.
Yeah.
And we got 2 on December 18th. The first one is West Side Story.
Another remake of this Romeo and Juliet remake.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yes, it is based off of Romeo and Juliet. Yep. It is also a Tony Award-winning Broadway musical.
Yeah. I don't mean that disparagingly.
Yeah, no.
Like, I mean, that is that West Side Story is Romeo and Juliet set in New York. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Jets and Sharks. There you go.
Yeah.
And there was a theatrical version from the 70s that came out.
Yes.
And
it's pretty good.
Yeah. But they're apparently making a new one. I don't know the cast. I don't know.
It's been over 40 years.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But then there's also Dune.
Yeah. So Dune is one of those seminal sci-fi movies.
Isn't Dave Bautista supposed to be in this?
Is Dave Bautista in this? That makes it even better.
Okay.
Did you say Bautista?
I think I did because I was like, how do you say his last name? I had a brain fart right as I was saying his name. I was like, Dave, crap, how do you say his last name? Bautista.
It's Bautista.
Okay, Bautista.
But Bautista is what wrestling fans call him when they're unhappy with him. because they're booing him.
That makes sense.
Boo, Tista.
Boo.
Yeah, so, Dune's one of those big old historical sci-fi movies. There have been a couple of attempts to remake it that mostly haven't been very good. Most of them have not been big-budget Hollywood things, though. They've been kind of TV deals. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. And then December 23rd, right in time for Christmas.
We are getting Tom and Jerry.
What?
That was my reaction when I looked up the list.
Yeah.
I was like, we're getting a Tom and Jerry movie? What? Because I loved Tom and Jerry as a kid.
I also enjoyed many episodes of Tom and Jerry.
It is it is fantastic. It's a quality TV series and just universe, I guess. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. The thing about this is the early screen caps that we've gotten out of it, like, they look like Tom and Jerry.
That's fantastic.
Right? They look like they're not furry.
No.
Right? Like Sonic looks like Sonic now, but he's like furry.
Yeah.
Right? They're not furry. They're not redesigned and reimagined. It's Tom and Jerry just in 3D.
Yeah.
And like that's great.
Yeah.
That's it. Like the Peanuts movie. The Peanuts movie.
Yes.
They look like the Peanuts, but in 3D.
Exactly.
Tom and Jerry looks like a slightly lower res version of that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Like
yeah.
it's but also these are early screenshots and we'll see what they actually look like when the movie comes out.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for this.
Just the couple screenshots looks like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Like an old MGM, right? Like
yeah.
Great. If that's where we're starting, you only have I can only be disappointed from here.
Exactly.
So
I mean, I'm gonna definitely go see it. I'm excited for that. And I mean, to be fair, like, so I think there's only been one other Tom and Jerry movie that's ever been theatrically released.
That might be true.
And it was the Tom and Jerry movie or whatever it was. And it was that one where they started talking.
Yeah.
Again, as a kid, I was like, "Whoa, they're talking!" Because it was always the dog.
Just Spike.
It was just Spike who only talked,
yeah.
And occasionally the adults who you can never see from like the neck down.
Yeah.
But it was like, oh, they're talking. Oh, this is cool. Oh, there's humans and we can see their faces and all of this stuff. And I really enjoyed that as a kid. And it had some pretty good songs, I think.
See, I
don't know.
I feel like that movie tried to make Tom and Jerry a Disney movie.
I think it did too.
And I don't know that that's a good idea. But that's fine. That's fine. Like, again, we don't all have to like all the same things.
No,
right?
No. But I'm excited to know that there's a Tom and Jerry movie. I'm actually, after this, going to go call my mom and be like, hey, Mom, there's a Tom and Jerry movie coming out. Because she also loved Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. My family, we all get together and go see a movie on Christmas. And with Tom and Jerry coming out literally 2 days before Christmas, it's probably going to be the thing we go see.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Speaking of, and then that's the end of the year.
I mean, there's plenty of movies.
There are
and
plenty
things.
of other movies coming out. Just we had to be selective because we only have an hour, and we're gonna go overtime already.
Exactly. So. Yeah. I mean, like we didn't mention there's supposed to be like a Venom 2. We didn't mention the Fast and Furious 9 movie.
Right.
We didn't mention whatever else they've announced for this year.
I mean, Jane Austen's Emma's coming out in a couple weeks.
There's that too.
I think that looks like it could be pretty good.
There you go.
So, yeah. So that's the end of the year. That's the end of our show. Hit us up on social media. What are you pointing at me for?
Just one thing. This is for the first time in 5 years we're not getting a Star Wars movie.
That's true. I was trying to go an entire episode with you on it where we didn't talk about Star Wars. Oh, I guess we already mentioned Solo earlier. Okay. It's fine. Bye.
No, but check us out on social media.
Yeah, I just redid all of our graphics on social media to make it a little easier to read, hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah, Atomic Monsoon on Twitter and Facebook, atomic_monsoon on Instagram. Email us atomicmonsoon@gmail.com and go find all of our older episodes on your favorite podcatcher or at atomicmonsoon.com.
For sure. And we'll be back next week.
Yeah.
And
we're going to talk about Star Wars, aren't we?
To be fair, I have waited a while for this to happen, and we're getting a 7th and final season to Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So yes, we're going to talk Clone Wars. Yay! Okay. I'm very happy.
All right, if I can do like 8 Transformers episodes in the last few months, yeah, we can do. That's fine.
Do one Clone Wars episode.
Yeah. All right.
So, all right, guys.
We'll see you then.
Have a good weekend. That's all, folks.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.